Hello, and thank you for your interest in learning more about the Policy, Organization, and Leadership Studies Master's Program in the Stanford Graduate School of Education. My name is Diana Lopez, and I am the Associate Director of the POLS program. In this webinar, I'll go over some of the unique features of graduate study at Stanford University, and more specifically, the Graduate School of Education, the philosophy and structure of the POLS program. I'll speak a little about the optional internship component of the program and talk about how students tend to fund the POLS degree. I'll provide an overview of what kinds of careers some of our students have pursued following graduation, as well as some of the resources available to them in preparing for the job search. And finally, I'll give a brief overview of application requirements and tips for strengthening your application should you decide to apply. When you research graduate schools, it is important to consider both what the university as well as the specific degree program will offer you. Studying in the POLS program, you really get access to Stanford as a whole. The entire university is on a quarter system, making it possible for GSE students to take courses across graduate schools. As a POLS student, you will have the option to take at least 9 units outside of the School of Education to count towards your master's degree. Many POLS students elect to take these classes within the Graduate School of Business, the Law School, or the Interdisciplinary Design School. We have internship opportunities across campus for those of you who are interested in gaining hands-on experience in student affairs, research projects, etc. Stanford also has a phenomenal alumni network and quite a collaborative culture, both within the School of Education and across the university. Students formally collaborate as they work on group projects and organize events, and they come together quite a bit informally as well. The GSE Student Guild hosts end-of-the-quarter socials and organizes volunteer opportunities for students. You'll find that the Graduate School of Education has accessible faculty. Students are assigned a faculty advisor in the summer before they begin the program and are also encouraged to connect with other faculty members during their time here. We have small class sizes. For example, a class of 40 students is considered quite large, and many of our classes are open to both master's and PhD students from schools across campus, allowing for a unique blend of perspectives incorporating both theory and practice. In addition, professors may supervise independent studies, such as directed reading or directed research, for example, with POLS students interested in learning more about a topic not covered in the course offerings during the academic year. The mission of the POLS program is to prepare students to act as successful change agents in a range of educational organizations across the public, private, and nonprofit sectors. The way we fulfill our mission is by equipping individuals with necessary skills through a carefully thought out yet flexible curriculum. POLS is a full-time 9-month program that spans over fall, winter, and spring quarters of the academic year. All courses for the program are taken on campus at Stanford University. The POLS project helps ensure that students create a sense of coherence across their Stanford graduate experience during this fast-paced program. The POLS project gives students the opportunity to develop, complete, and present a project of significant personal interest that addresses a specific educational challenge. Thematic clusters and concentrations help us to provide students with both the structure and the flexibility to pursue their academic interests. The POLS program sits at the cross-section of policy, inquiry and assessment, organizational leadership, and teaching and learning. The program draws upon an interdisciplinary knowledge base that emphasizes both the organizational and policy contexts of education and the knowledge needed to lead within them. We believe it is important for students to understand historical policy decisions that have brought us to where we are today, and we want to make sure students equip themselves to be savvy consumers of research as well. We also want students to have an understanding of how to best operate within a variety of organizations. In the field of education, there are a number of organizational frameworks that will help you navigate smaller and larger organizations. We want to equip you to navigate them as well as possible. Finally, we want to make sure that students who graduate from the program have an understanding of the underpinnings of great teaching. Flexibility within concentrations and cluster requirements allows students to focus on specific areas of interest and develop that expertise in greater depth. Students are admitted to the POLS program in general, and not to a specific concentration. Students generally elect to pursue either the pre-K-12 concentration or the higher education concentration when they begin their program autumn quarter. Concentrations are basically structured the same way, with slight differences in the coursework required. Most POLS students find that these two concentrations allow enough flexibility to pursue their interests. In rare cases, though, we have one or two students who need more flexibility to design their program, and they propose an individually designed concentration, or IDC, around a coherent theme. In the petition for the IDC, students indicate why they need additional flexibility to pursue their academic interests related to policy, organization, and leadership studies. Students approved to pursue an IDC are still expected to meet cluster requirements, but the core courses used to fulfill those requirements reflect the proposed coherent theme. The petition to pursue an IDC is usually due a few weeks before the program begins in September. POLS is a cohort-based program, providing students the structure to develop meaningful relationships and learn from one another. Each year, the cohort is comprised of approximately 35 students from all walks of life who are passionate about having an impact in the field of education. POLS is an innovative program. In academic year 2012-2013, we welcomed the 9th cohort of students. Students come from a wide range of academic and professional backgrounds, adding to the diversity and expertise within the cohort. About a third of our students come from a teaching background. The 45-unit program consists of approximately 12 to 15 courses. Students have over 100 courses in the School of Education to choose from throughout the academic year, as well as a variety of classes offered at other Stanford graduate schools. Explore Courses is an excellent resource for prospective students who are interested in browsing our course offerings. While not a requirement, many POLS students elect to participate in internships. In the fall of 2012, we had approximately 60 internship opportunities available to our 35 incoming students. We are currently working with over 130 organizations, both on and off campus, to develop internship opportunities. Internships range from a 1-quarter to a 3-quarter commitment. Some students intern with one organization during their first quarter and another organization during their last quarter. Others have a project or role that spans the entire academic year. Some internships are paid and others are offered for credit. We maintain an extensive list of internship opportunities each year, geared specifically toward the interests of POLS and joint MA/MBA students. Our internship specialist collaborates with organizations to ensure that internships provide valuable learning opportunities, which will help further students' career goals. We also work with students who are interested in an organization or internship opportunity that falls outside of our list to ensure that they have the support needed to develop an internship that will be mutually beneficial to both the student and the organization. One example of an opportunity to get hands-on experience at Stanford is the POLS Student Affairs Fellows Program. Students interested in the higher education concentration are often interested in pursuing an internship on campus at Stanford to get more applied experience at the university level. We have quite a few opportunities each year for students to apply to specific internship positions on campus and, under the Student Affairs Fellows Program, earn a $1,000 quarterly stipend and attend quarterly meetings with the Vice Provost for Student Affairs and his executive team. Fellows also enroll in the POLS Internship Workshop, where they link their academic learning to real-world experience through in-class discussions, presentations, and reflective writing. Most POLS students finance their studies through a combination of loans, personal funds, fellowships, both from the School of Education, as well as ones they apply to externally, as well as hourly or paid internship work. Although POLS is a full-time on-campus program, students are permitted to work up to 8 hours per week and/or pursue internships during their time in the program. In addition, all admitted applicants to the POLS program are considered for merit-based fellowships through the Stanford GSE and are notified of any fellowship offers upon admission. Historically, more than half of admitted POLS students have been awarded merit-based tuition fellowships each year. These fellowships vary in amount, but usually range from $5,000 to $10,000. No separate application is required to be considered for merit-based fellowships. International students are eligible for merit-based fellowships through the Stanford Graduate School of Education. Another benefit of studying within the Stanford School of Education is the wide variety of career resources. There are many people who will help you develop your career vision, including your program director, faculty, your advisor, and other faculty you connect with throughout the school and university, alumni in the School of Education and Stanford alumni in general, your peers, your internship supervisor should you pursue an internship, and of course the support available to you through the School of Education Office of Career Resources, which provides career counseling and workshops. They also maintain a job board of nearly 200 active job listings at any given time in the Stanford Ed Careers database. Here's a sample of the wide range of careers POLS alumni have gone on to following graduation, including Director of School Site Programs, Founder and CEO, Assistant Principal, and in higher education, Student Activities Advisor, Assistant Resident Dean, Admissions Officer, and a position in Diversity and Community College Initiatives. While our graduates pursue a wide variety of positions, they usually end up in some organizational leadership capacity. Once you graduate, you will find yourself with a new level of expertise and a wide spectrum of opportunities. A few POLS students with previous research experience really find their niche in the academic world and pursue research-related careers, but for the most part, POLS alumni have gone on to work in leadership positions within the public, private, and nonprofit sectors in pre-K-12 and higher education. So what are we looking for? POLS students are academically engaged, talented, and creative people with an entrepreneurial spirit, a talent for leadership, and a passion for education. Our cohorts have a diverse spread in terms of both amount and type of work experience. Students who get the most from our program typically have some work experience where they have had the opportunity to demonstrate leadership, although not necessarily in a traditional educational setting. They come to the program from a variety of backgrounds. Some have had lifelong careers and want to prepare themselves for a career change or take a step back to consider their field at a different level. Others have minimal career experience, but know that they want to be change agents in the field of education and want to have a strong academic background in order to be as purposeful as possible in their future careers. In writing your statement of purpose, remember to highlight your leadership abilities and experience, formal and informal, especially those that have meant the most to you. Applications to the POLS program are reviewed holistically, and we do not have a minimum GPA or GRE score required for admission. For those of you who are interested in applying to our program, please note the following application requirements: the online application form, the application fee, the statement of purpose, 3 letters of recommendation, college and university transcripts, your resume, the POLS supplemental form included in the online application, and scores from the GRE general test. If your first language is not English, you may need to take the test of English as a foreign language in addition to the GRE. Please be sure to check the POLS website for more details on the requirements and how to submit each part with your application. For those of you who are interested in learning more about the POLS program, please feel free to email me or the admissions team using the contact information above if you have any questions. You may also visit our website to register for an upcoming live chat if you have questions about the program. For those of you who are able to do so, we encourage you to visit campus. We also encourage you to browse our current course offerings on Explore courses and visit the POLS website to learn more about the program. This concludes our webinar. Thank you again for your interest in the POLS program.